Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the MLK Black Business Panel. I am so excited to be here tonight moderating this panel of excellent Black entrepreneurs who are leaving a legacy. My name is Trey Kearney. I'm the founder of Trey Kearney Coaching and Consulting. I am a certified life coach, two-time author, and a healing agent. I help people heal from the devastation of relationship trauma. So on our panel tonight, I'm going to ask our panelists to unmute themselves right now so that we can get started. And we're going to have a wonderful time with this panel of excellence. And I'm going to start by allowing them to introduce themselves and tell us just a little bit about their business. And I will start with the ladies. So I will go to Ahava. Please introduce yourself. Let us know who you are and the name of your business.
So I'm Ahava Felicidad. I'm known as the holistic hair healer, and the business is Ahava Felicidad Hair and Body. We're located in Montclair, New Jersey.
Thank you so much. And we're going to go right to our next lovely panelist, Jasmine. Please tell us about your business.
Hello, I'm Jasmine Thomas. I'm actually filling in for my sister Dreamy. Together, we and the rest of our sisters own Dazzle Dash Beauty Supply Store. It's at 400 Central Avenue in East Orange, New Jersey.
Thank you. Let's go on to King Nasir.
Yes, I'm Nasir Gregory, and I'm the owner of Clean Everything LLC, cleaning and disinfect company.
Now we're going to go to Mr. Al Maurice.
Hi, how are you? My name is Al Maurice Russ. I'm the owner of Bon Voyage Transportation Company. And what we do is we transport products from different areas, South Jersey and North Jersey.
Thank you so much. So we are here because this is a Black panel of Black business owners, and this is brought to you by Clean Everything LLC, commercial, residential, industrial. Clean LLC will move things in and out cleaning, clean out bulk removal, carpet cleaning, post-construction windows, steam cleaning, fog sanitizer, and disinfectant. You can find them at Clean NJ 2020 or Nasir Gregory on Facebook. So we are going to start this panel off right now by first asking each panelist, and I'll start with Nasir. Why was it important for you to be an entrepreneur and start your business?
Well, it was important for me because I was raised in the business. It was a family business. So I'm just continuing a legacy. And it just was in me. It was something that I know that I needed to do. It was important for me to be able to keep things going and keep the legacy going so I could pass it down to my children and keep it going. They could pass it down to their children.
Awesome, awesome. Ahava, please talk to me about why it was important to be a Black business owner and an entrepreneur.
Why it was important. So I've been doing hair since 1986 for other people. A mentor encouraged me to start my business, seeing the talent and skill that I had. And I was able to help so many people with hair growth and scalp issues and natural wellness. And this is the skin and the DNA that I walk in. So, it just made sense to begin to follow that dream. And it was built while working basically full time.
Wow, that's awesome. A lot of people think that they can't have a full-time job and begin to live their dream. And I just want people to understand, just from you saying this, it's possible.
Yes,
right?
It's possible. Yes, it is. It's possible because that's what I've done. And all the time I was always doing hair. So it was like, just had to be the dedication and to have the support and the push there to say, okay, well, I'm going to commit this time after this workday and on the weekends to then make that happen to the point where it built out so that I was not then going into a job where I have set hours set by someone else. And that took about only about 2 to 3 years.
Oh.
So it can be done. And I help others to do that now as well. And that's going great. I'm so proud of them. So I do help other women to do that as well. So that they can do it faster than I did, actually.
I love that. We're going to go to Al Maurice and just tell us your why.
one of the driving factors of why I became an entrepreneur is to empower myself, my family, and my friends, and my community most of all. My community most of all. And I wanted to have this. I wanted to have freedom. I didn't want to be, stuck in the rat race, if you will. So I was more driven to creating and putting ideas into place and executing them and providing a service for people around me.
I understand. I'm just so glad to see, because there's a lot of negativity going on about the Black brothers, and Black men are lazy and all that other stuff. So I'm so happy to see two Black brothers here who are entrepreneurs and who are actually making it happen. So Jasmine, tell us a little bit about the beauty spa business and why it was important for you and your sisters to do this.
It was important for us mainly because, as you know, no matter what area you live in, you walk into a beauty supply store, you don't expect to see people like us. You expect to see us helping, but you don't expect to see us owning the place. So even now, with our name kind of out there, we have people that come in and they're like, oh, well, who owns the store? And when they find out it's a bunch of Black women, it's empowering for more than just us. It's empowering for everybody. It's a big deal in our community to have us there. To be able to walk into a beauty supply store and get advice from someone whose hair is as kinky as yours. You know what I mean? It's a completely different overall experience, even having us as business owners, than, the experience you'd get down the street, the nasty looks you'd get, the people following you around, the people who don't care to even give you a recommendation, really, because they don't know, anything about your hair to even give you one. So it was a big deal for us to do that, to be able to offer women that look like us, and men and children as well, but mainly women, because we're the biggest consumers here, that look like us, to be able to get that experience from someone they could actually connect with. We're the number one consumers in this industry. I think it's important for us to own a big portion of it.
I think so too. I think that is so incredibly dope. If I could say dope, well, I can say dope.
You say dope.
Yes, I can say dope. So now I want to know, how long have you been in business? So Al Maurice, how long have you been actually in business?
I've been in business since 2015 for 5 years. Wow. September 15th, 2015 was my first day of jumping out into entrepreneurship, independent, no full-time job, just full-time and building my my organization.
It's your birthday today, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's my birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, and it's wonderful that you've been in business that long. Nasir, how long has your company been around? How long have you been in business?
Well, I've been in business for 18 years of it, and it's been in business for 40 years.
Oh, nice.
Wow, talk about carrying a legacy. So I'm gonna ask you this question. What makes your company different than the other companies that are out that do cleaning?
Well, we deal with a lot of real disinfects. Pay attention to detail. We do things a lot different than a lot of them because they are really interested in the overhead of things. So a lot of companies will use the cheaper stuff that's really not killing germs, and stuff that's really not, helping the situation, especially right now, what we're going through.
Yes.
So we will invest in real disinfect. We will make sure that we are giving you a good product, good service. It's, we've been doing this for so long that we just know what needs to be done when we go into places.
I know that's right. Experience speaks for itself. Ahava, everything with you, I love the holistic healer. First, I want to know who is the holistic healer and why did that name come about?
So the name came about because I'm into holistic wellness. So at the very beginning, a lot of people will say, well, what does holistic mean? I've been on a holistic journey since the late 90s, basically when I was a senior in college. And I got introduced to herbs. Everything's much more advanced now, but I was introduced to herbs and homeopathy around 1997.
Wow.
And then I immersed that into my lifestyle. It was because I would get sinus infections every fall. Now, at that time, I wasn't natural yet. So my holistic and natural journey started before my relaxer was cut out. And I've been doing hair all that time. So then it all kind of meshed together. Then, and I'll only touch on this because it's a part of answering the question.
Yes, please.
I'm a survivor of heart disease. So when I had that and I reversed that, part of the reversal of it was the holistic wellness, because then I had to read every label. I had to read the labels on everything because of the part of my health journey. I couldn't have salt. So I had to read everything. And I'm like, wait a minute, what about my hair products? Everything I'm putting on my body, in my body, all this affects everything. So I'm like thrust into the research. I was going to every workshop I could go to. I met Dick Gregory at one of them. It was so cool. So that holistic journey led to me then incorporating then the natural hair, everything into my hair care regimen, recommendations and consults I would do with others before I really got into establishing this as a business. So when we look at holistic, it is the foods we eat, the products we put on our bodies, our environment, and then our DNA and our genes. So that's a holistic approach to hair, and that is then healing. So it just kind of made sense, the holistic hair healer. I can't remember the exact day that it came to me. It just kind of fit. So it's holistic wellness, holistic hair healing. Boom.
I love it. Healing from the inside out. I mean, because what you put in comes out. So I totally get it. So Jasmine, the question I have for you, and we're on this, we want everything about Black business is positive, no matter what, because we are Black business owners. We are entrepreneurs. We work for ourselves. We are killing the game, but there are some struggles and challenges. And we know that most beauty supply stores that I go into, I don't see me. So what has been some of the struggles for you and your sisters with that, just that conception that we're so used to seeing others selling us products?
We haven't had much pushback as far as that goes per se. Like there's an initial shock, of course.
Right.
Saying, please, sorry, my 2-year-old is
we business owners, girl. We know.
I mean, there's that initial shock of seeing a bunch of Black women owning a beauty supply store, but we don't get really any negativity from it. We do get questions sometime regarding pricing, and I think that's more so because that's what we expect. So, like, because I shop my competition, so I make sure that my prices are, if not as equal as they are, not much more than what they are. So there's no real difference between my pricing and the pricing down the street, which means I may take a cut on profit occasionally, but the price of doing business, where I live. But we do get those questions, or we may get a complaint every now and then. Oh, this is expensive. And I have to tell them, no, it's actually not. It's maybe 25 cents more than, the people down the street. And I think that's just because that's what we expect. It's not even, you haven't really done any research. You don't really know what the prices are down the street. You're saying it because that's what you expect it to be. And they expect, I don't know what they expect to get from it, but I kindly inform them, there's really no difference from the people down the street.
And the price is the price. Yeah. I mean, I say, and the price is the price.
The price is the price.
Right. So I just want to say that. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, I try to be competitive. I make sure we're comparable to the people around. It's just sometimes we let things get into our heads. I think that's all it is.
We do, and there's this thing about us as Black people, and we can talk about this because this is Black businesses, and I need all of our people out here to support us in the right way. Right. You will go and buy a Gucci belt, and you will go and buy red bottoms, and you will go and buy a purse, but you won't pay for a holistic hair skin product. You will complain about the price when you're going to get a return on investment. You're going to be healthy on the inside. Your hair's not going to fall out. You're not going to break out from the dye. So I want our Black people to understand, please don't come to us for the homeboy hookup. We have bills to pay, families. You don't go to, Tommy Hilfiger, or you don't go to Coach and say, oh my God, the price is too much. Can you bring it down? You just buy the bag. So when you come to my people's right now, to our Black businesses, please, whatever we're offering, our value is worth it. So Al Maurice, I know that you do the transportation company, and you are really big about supporting your community. Tell me a little bit about the things that you do in your community.
But yeah, absolutely. That's one of my main focuses when it comes to business is creating opportunity for the people around me, the people that I grew up with, family, friends. And what we do is I like to hire in-house. It's not I would say, I like to focus on, supplying jobs for the people around me. And sometimes you may run into little struggles with, recruiting certain people, but it's about giving people the shot, giving them the opportunity to be able to see something done differently than what we're used to seeing. So one thing is empowering people and supplying them with, economic power by, showing them how to create a business, about commitment, working really hard. And then also we do a lot of things with the community, giving out certain event. Well, being that the pandemic was here this year, we had to kind of scale back on the amount of events that we were doing each year. But we would just, have like block parties and different type of theme parties just to, get people working together, coming together, just doing different things like that. So my main focus is just always about people, focusing on empowering people.
I love that because we look at Black businesses and we don't talk about the behind the scenes of like
Right,
the block parties and the backpack giveaways and going
right.
door to door and feeding families. A good friend of mine, Nadine Abu Bakr, she has a nonprofit for children with autism. I have a son on the spectrum, and I've seen her through this pandemic just go door to door, giving out toys, giving out food, just all different kind of things. So I just want people to understand that it's just not, I'm a Black business and it's just about me. I want them to understand that every entrepreneur on here, every Black person on here is giving back, is giving jobs and opportunities. Like Ahava said, she's teaching women how to start these businesses themselves. So I'm gonna go to Nasir. Is there pressure carrying a 40-year legacy?
Yes, it is. It is pressure, but it's something that I'm that I do tackle, and I'm making sure that you have to put your all into it. I mean, you also have to like rebirth it. It's not like everything is perfect because it's been running for that long. You still have to do certain things to keep it going, and
Right.
sometimes that can be a lot harder than just starting from scratch. So the things that I do is I just be consistent. I offer quality work, and like, how you're touching on Black business. Like each one of us up here are going to give you quality. We're not just one of your business because we're Black. We're giving you quality. We're giving you the quality.
Right.
So it goes beyond even us being Black. We're giving you quality business. We're giving you good customer service. We're giving you knowledge. We're giving you a lot of stuff that you probably wouldn't get somewhere else, So
Open your eyes. I have a question for you. I have a question for you as well when it comes to pressure. And I'm not meaning this like in a negative way, but is there a certain amount of pressure or because you make all natural hair products and quality stuff, is there a pressure there to think like, let me make sure, the peppermint is tingly? Because we were talking a little bit about your lip butter and I'm trying to get some of that. So is there a pressure for your clientele?
A pressure from my clientele.
Like pressure for you, not from them, but pressure inside of you. Like, I gotta do this. I gotta make this right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this gotta be.
Because I'm service based first. I always do like to highlight that we pivoted, so we're doing a lot more product. But I started this as a quote unquote technician, not as an entrepreneur, as a person who got a degree and turned the conventional into the unconventional to actually do hair consulting and training. So everything I did was about being hands-on and then getting to the point where I'd be able to train others in the hands-on. The product thing came out of clients asking for stuff that I would make in services, and then it just developed from there. So the most pressure that came was not about like how the products come to me. like what comes to me, what I intuit or what I decide I want to mix. It was from people pushing, like, we need this in a jar. Can you put it in a store? There was pressure with that.
Wow.
Can you put it on Etsy? Put it here. When are you going to be in this market? And that was pressure. And then I had to explain, well, you know, I know how to do these things. I don't know how to do everything, but I had to, like, a lot of the stuff I had to teach myself. And I do have advisors who I work with as well, but there are things I had to teach myself in order to get some of that pressure off so that I could release what they were asking for. So that was big. But the pressure to make the products a certain way, they're going to be great regardless, because it takes 7 to 12 days to make my hair sugar. I'm activating / charging product, but that's 8 years of training. Well, that's like 10 years now. That's like 10 years of training to do what I do. I don't just toss sugar and stuff in a bowl, stir and throw it out to you.
Oh.
This is a process. It's like when I was teaching classes, even I would teach in my classes how it's done on day 1 and done on day 4 and done on day 6. So nothing's being just thrown out. And I'm very methodical as far as like how I put things out. So I'll put stuff on index cards, drop it in a box so I can take the pressure off of me. So it's not all up here. I put it down on paper.
Right.
But that's the most pressure I felt, was pressure from clients and customers to release stuff publicly. We can't get to you, put it on a shelf. So I answered that. And now I want everyone to go out and get it on that shelf, because that's the greatest pressure, is releasing stuff so that you can get it out, other than coming in for services for it. It was with the pandemic now, that's been really huge, because everyone couldn't come in for services regularly. It became just product.
Yes, I was going to go.
I hope I answered that. I hope I answered that right. Did I answer that fully?
You definitely. Yeah, you.
Because when you say the word pressure, I'm like, oh yeah, there's pressure. I think John's word is really good for that pressure too.
Yes. So thank you. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into the MLK Black Business Panel. We are discussing Black businesses and entrepreneurs, and it's brought to you by Clean Everything LLC, a residential, commercial, industrial cleaning company. They do move in and out cleaning, clean out bulk removal, carpet cleaning, post-construction, windows, steam cleaning, fog sanitizer, and disinfectant. You can find them on Instagram at CleanNJ2020, and you can find them on Facebook at Nasir. How come your name just slipped out of my head? Nasir Gregory, my bad, Nasir Gregory. And you can find information from them there. And they have been in business for 40 years. That says everything. Experience really is everything. And they use real cleaning, natural products, not dollar store products. So please, if you are looking for a cleaning company and you want to support a Black business, please support Clean Everything LLC. And speaking of pivoting, speaking about COVID and being a Black entrepreneur, right? A lot of people have gone out of business. A lot of people have been struggling. I just want to talk about the pivot a little bit here. So let's start with Nasir and being a cleaning company. How has this affected your business? Because I know with everybody wanting something clean, I know the competition is crazy right now. So how has it affected you in this pivot during COVID?
Well, when the pandemic first hit, we did see a decline because people didn't want us in their space. People weren't really sure about what was going on yet. As people got more knowledge and found out that we could wear masks and take different preventions, such as social distancing and other things that we could practice in order to stay safe, the business then began to pick back up. But then now, we do have a lot of people out here who are opening cleaning services, and they don't have the same knowledge that we have, and they don't have the same experience that we have, but they are opening it up because they're taking advantage of the situation, which I understand. But you have to once again go back to offering quality service, and that's what they're not doing, and that's what we're doing, and that's why it's best that even when you're looking for someone, you look for stuff like that. You look for people with that experience.
Yes. So I want everybody to
at first.
Right. Everybody
very
needs
difficult
to understand that through this pivot, there are going to be businesses that open because people see a need. So we have to be very careful with what and who we let into our homes to clean, especially to clean our home, what's going on. Because everybody wants everybody wants their house clean. So if I start a cleaning business, I could win. I just need people to understand that you're not winning if somebody comes into your home and they don't have the experience to clean your home the proper way. So please listen, look at Clean Everything LLC. Go look at their background. It's 40 years of experience. And that is the most important thing, experience. So let's go to Jasmine and talk about the pivot of COVID, because I know a lot of people just weren't coming out and a lot of people are struggling financially. So how has it affected your business?
Can I just say really quickly, Clean Everything has cleaned our store a couple of times, even when we had to shut down because of COVID. You guys are amazing. I just wanted to put that out. You're welcome. Yeah, we actually opened up in the middle of the pandemic. We opened in August. Right. So just as everybody was coming back outside, we were opening up. And everything was fine. I mean, it actually just now started to slow down, I guess, because the cases started to pick back up. So everything is just now starting to slow down. But I mean, we advertise a lot on social media. I think that's the main thing is like social media is going to be your best friend right now because
that's
people are home.
Though.
They're on Instagram and they're on Facebook. So
that's interesting that because you guys, I'm sure, had already planned to open in August.
Right.
So you can't just, we got all these supplies. So how was that to keep moving?
It was a little difficult. I mean, it's still a little difficult because we rely on products from overseas. Well, we rely on products from our distributors who rely on things from overseas. So that has been a bit of a hindrance, getting everything in the store that we absolutely have to have in there. Like there are some things that we still can't get a hold of. I mean, I try to be as good of a person as I can and offer something comparable, but there are things that Black women, we like what we like. We have that thing that works for our hair, and that's the only thing that works for our hair, and that's what we want. So when I don't have those things, it's a bit of a bother. But I mean, our community works very well with us, so it hasn't been too bad. But like I said, everything is just now starting to slow back down because the cases are picking back up.
Maurice, how has the pivot been for you as far as COVID is concerned and your businesses?
Actually, we actually did pretty well during the pandemic. We were able to get contracts with different medical laboratories. So we were able to transport masks, gloves, nurse wear, different type of medical wear to different pharmacies and doctor's office. So we actually did pretty well during the pandemic.
That's awesome, because I really want people to understand that everything is not negative. You understand what I'm saying? Because we have to, when we talk about pivoting and shifting, we have to understand that when we are Black entrepreneurs and business owners, life's gonna happen. Of course, we never want to see another pandemic again, and we never really expected this, but life's gonna happen. There are gonna be deaths in our families. There are gonna be, financial struggles, and we have to continue to push through and to share the stories of during the pandemic, it has actually been good for you, Al Maurice. I want people to hear that because I don't want people to think that Black business owners are all struggling, because we're not. There are some struggles, and we want to talk about that. So what's one bit of advice, and I'll start with Ahaba, that you would give a new entrepreneur that's starting out? Like, what's one little bit of advice? What would you say to somebody say, hey, Ahaba, I'm getting ready to start a business, a young Black young man, lady, or young lady or young man?
Get a mentor. That's my first biggest piece of advice, is to have mentorship. You have to have mentors and support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people who are experienced spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, like that they're in, they don't have to be in the same business as you, but you need mentorship and to build a board of advisors. That is the most important thing to me, because anyone I've helped as a mentor, I have mentorship. And then I can impart that mentorship to someone else. And that's been able to keep them going. So if I talk to one of my girls, one of my young ladies, like I did maybe a few weeks back, and like I hear, her energy kind of low, like what's going on? Okay. And then I got to get into motivation mode, but someone else has done that for me. So it's that legacy of the support. If you're going to be in business, you cannot be in business without mentorship. Well, you can be, but it's going to help you to do so much more. And then you also look at the social entrepreneurship part and reminding everyone you have to get yourself in a position where you can help others. So if someone has that in their heart, where it's like, well, I'm in business for this, and this, but my ultimate goal is so I can be here, so I can help bring others up. Mentorship is important. You should have a mentor, and several of them.
I love that. Mentorship. I hope
like
y'all
that.
taking notes. Nasir, what would your bit of advice be to just give to someone? Because we know that in entrepreneurship and Black business owners, there are highs and there are lows. So what would be your bit of advice?
Just be consistent and give good service and don't give up. It's gonna be a lot of trials and tribulations through it all. It's gonna be difficult at times. You just can't give up. You just have to fighting your way through. And you'll see that one day the fighting will all pay off and you won't have to worry anymore. But sometimes it's like a storm you got to go through. You just have to fight your way through it. And when you do that, once you do that, you'll see that at the end of that will be a goal and you've accomplished it and you'll be happy about it and proud of, something to be proud of.
Wow, that's good. Yeah, listen, y'all taking notes now. Come on now. Al Maurice, give us some advice to a new entrepreneur.
Did we lose him?
Yeah, I would say, do something that you love. You can build business around a lot of things, but be more focused on your passion. You love to do it every day. And if you do it every day, that's going to give you the fuel to face adversities, overcome certain things that you deal with every day. But as long as you love it, you ain't going to have no problem getting up 7 days a week, working 16-hour days. You're going to create your lifestyle. So that's what I would say, just do it with passion and you'll do fine.
I love that, love that, love that. Jasmine?
Sorry, I would say research your industry. I think some of us are guilty. Myself, I'm guilty of saying, "Oh, I can do that," because I can do just about everything, and then not realizing it took a lot more work or a lot more knowledge than what I thought it did. Like, this isn't my first business; it's the first one that's really done well. So I'm guilty of that myself. Not really doing the research. Do the research, and also with that, I mean, you're going to have people tell you that your idea is crap. But because you've done the research, you know better than them. Everybody's not going to agree with everything that you want to do. You have to know why you're in it. And that's what's going to keep you going.
Listen, this is a book. We about to write a book. All 6 of us. I ain't even playing. We about to write a book. Number 1, do something you love. Number 2, be consistent. Number 3, do your research. Number 4, make sure you have a mentor who can guide you in the right direction. Somebody needed to hear that just now, who started a business. This is so good because those things right there, I'm about to use them. I have mentors and stuff, but some of that, like research, sometimes I can be lacking in that. If you don't know what you don't know, you're going to fail. What drives you every day, Maurice, to keep going?
What drives me every day to keep going is I want to become better. Every day I strive to become a better individual so I can be a resource to my family, friends, and community. So every day I'm striving to raise the bar on myself.
Oh, wow. I love that. Ahava, now we talk about your business, the holistic hair business. I need you to just talk a little bit about scalp treatment because I want people to get something from this that they can't get from anybody else. And when I hear the holistic hair healer, I need you to tell us what's going on in the scalp.
Okay, so what's going on in the scalp?
Yep. How do you address scalp issues like extreme prolonged itching and things of that nature?
Excellent. So I get a lot of that. A lot of clients that have the itching, the flaky scalp, the lesions or sore spots, pain points, inflammation, things like that. Now, inflammation is basically the body's response to some type of illness, and the button sometimes stays pressed. So we're about massaging to make sure that blood flow is happening. So the scalp massage that's like included in services here, and then what I train on, is a very important part of your scalp care, because without doing intent massage, there's not the blood flow that should be there in the stimulation. Now there's just itchy, flaky scalps or itchy scalps, and there's also some more extreme scalp concerns like psoriasis. So whereas I make a hair sugar scrub for gently exfoliating dead skin cells, taking our sugar back, it's bone char free, by the way, and I can touch on that because bone char free is very important. When we talk about scalp issues like psoriasis, where there's like a lot of inflammation and it also comes from the gut. So scalp issues usually are from an unhealthy gut. So when we talk about the holistic wellness, I do talk to clients about that and then make recommendations for them, the recommendations that I can make without being a naturopath myself.
Right.
So you want to use natural products. We go sodium hydroxide free, which is lye. We like to go DMDM free, which is very caustic for the scalp. It's actually, in my opinion, in my book, worse than sodium hydroxide. We like to go paraben, paraffin, and mineral oil free, as well as petroleum free products. So that's been a thing in the industry that's been increasing, but as long as maybe even 10 years ago, there were products being labeled no petroleum, and then we shifted to these other things, and people were paying attention to other ingredients like the sulfates, but then they would take the sulfates out and put in other chemicals. Those other chemicals are what oftentimes create scalp issues. So you want to keep your scalp as clean as possible. I love black soap for that. It's very detoxing and purifying, but then you have to know how to impart moisture back in with your conditioners, with your sugar scrubbing, with your butters, your creams, not gels, because most of them do have alcohol in them. We recommend natural alcohols, but I'll do a scalp assessment. But I ask a lot of questions in a consultation as far as like what the journey's been. If someone's had any breakouts from the scalp, because the energy is moving up, trying to release. And sometimes people need a detox, a juice cleanse, a colonic, something like that. So it goes out and down. So all this scalp stuff is not just topical, it's internal. Now there are products that create scalp issues. So if someone comes in and they actually are allergic to a product, I can tell. There are a lot of people who are allergic to shea butter. I like shea butter, but I like mango and cocoa a lot better because shea butter is a nut butter. So I've had several clients, I'll say several hundreds, that are like basically shea butter. They were putting 100% shea butter in their scalp and hair and then getting a breakout. So I'm like, okay, well, when did this happen? That happened. Oh, it all led to the shea butter. I said, well, you sound like you're allergic to nuts. It's a nut butter. And they're like, it's the nut butter. Yeah, because it's in a calabash. So things like that, you want to look at what you may have created. Now, I recommend shea butter in blends at 30% or less or 20% or less. And then you want to know if you have allergies to things, because if you use it and it breaks you out, then you probably shouldn't be using it. If you've been using it for a long time period, you may have to do a cleanse to get the stuff out of your scalp and hair and off your body. And I would say on average, things like that, where I had to do topical flushing, could be 4 to 6 sessions to work on just getting someone to where they need to be, and then they can continue with their regimen. So the scalp care is based on how often too that you're willing to invest in your hair care. Because I'm the one when someone says to me, well, how often should you wash your hair? And I'm like, well, your scalp and hair should be washed every day, every day, every other day, every day, every other day, every week. Now someone like, oh, every day we're programmed, we're told not to do that. And even now I still see people posting on washing weekly, but it's what's right for the individual person for their hair journey, because sometimes you may have to do every day, maybe for a 2-week time period to get you where you need to be. Then you can shift your regimen again, because you're trying to move the process forward with more consistency and frequency, because what you were doing wasn't working.
That's why this is why we have you on the panel as the holistic hair healer, because I just want people to understand you're just not here because of your business, but because they should come to your business because you have experience and you know what you're doing. And we're going to go to Jasmine. A lot of people have gone natural, right? Natural, we go through trends, and I'm natural, but we go through trends, and it's the weave one time, then it's the natural. How has people going natural, have this being such a big thing, how has it affected your beauty supply store? Because, you know, people were buying perms, myself included, like crazy.
You know what? Actually, it's funny. Me and Dreamy were talking about it over the weekend. We see a lot of people reverting back to relaxers now, which is
Oh, really?
right, right. Out of the
Oh, that
six
has
of
to stop. That's dangerous.
right. Well, I mean, I don't think they want to deal with it. I hate
Right.
fighting my hair sometimes too, but I couldn't imagine putting a relaxer back in my hair. I just couldn't. I
Oh,
haven't had a relaxer in, I don't know, probably 7 years now. I couldn't imagine putting one in my hair.
but
Um,
on the other side of that, being owning a beauty supply, a Black beauty supply store, if you just tuned in, you are tuned into the MLK Black Business Panel, sponsored by Clean Everything LLC, commercial, residential, and industrial cleaning, a 40-year company. They do move in and out cleaning, clean out, bulk removal, carpet cleaning, post construction, windows, steam cleaning, fog sanitizer, and disinfectant. They can be reached on Instagram at CleanNJ2020, or you can also reach out to Nasia Gregory on Facebook. So thank you, Clean Everything, for sponsoring this panel. It is an awesome panel. And speaking on that, Jasmine, I
yeah.
know, Jasmine, yes, I got you. I know that was it lucrative for you guys too? Because a lot of people are doing, what do they call it? Protective hairstyles. So is the hair
Right.
sale going up?
So those items are actually our biggest sellers. The crochet hair and the braiding
Right.
hair. Those are our biggest sellers. We sell some relaxers too, far more than we expected to sell. But the protective styling items, those are our biggest sellers. We don't do as well on products like shampoos and conditioners. We sell a crap ton of oil. People are really trying to get into scalp care. So they're very big on oils in the store, and like leave-in conditioners, but mainly it's the hair. It's the hair that everyone wants. And I think a lot of that is due to YouTube.
I
People
know
watch
that's
YouTubers all day long and they come in and they're looking for specific things because of something they've seen in the video that they want to try on themselves. So that's
well.
been a
Go
big
ahead,
thing in the
YouTube,
store.
and keep sending
Yeah.
right to Dreamy and Jasmine and get your money. So I'm gonna go to the brothers right now, and I want to ask this question because I'm always curious about the Black man. How is it being a Black man in business? I understand, you know, it's hard being a Black man. I'm not a Black man, as you can see. Never been, just in case somebody might want to know, because people be like, oh, she a Black man now, huh? No, I've never been a Black man. I'm not a Black man. But I want to ask the two Black men on this panel, what is the struggle of being a Black man in business? And how is it being a Black man in business? So either one of you can start.
Well, it's been a struggle, but it's been a struggle that you just have to overcome because we are faced up against different barriers when we try to do anything, and you just have to work harder. You have
Wow.
to kind of show people your worth a little bit more.
Mm.
Sometimes you are doubted, but once they see who you are and they see your work and they see what you're about, that will overshadow whatever their misconceptions were.
Right. Is there a fear, like when you go cleaning, like, I mean, you know, the old women clutch their purse when they see a Black man on the elevator. So when you're doing the cleaning business and they come, you go to the facility or the house or the building, do you get that type of energy sometimes? And how do you deal with that if you do?
Not really that. We get different stuff sometimes. You know, you get the side eye or you get people kind of questioning you to make sure that you do know exactly what you're doing. And like I say, you just got to prove to them that, listen, I'm here, I'm professional, I know what I'm doing. And just you show them your work. You let your work speak for itself.
Do they be like, we're the owner?
Right.
I want to speak to the owner.
Right. Exactly.
Al
Then you say, I am the owner.
Al Maurice, can you touch on that a little bit for us?
Sure. You know what? I think in the beginning, I think I struggled with that idea because of, you know, where I was transitioning from. Because I wasn't 100% confident in myself and my ability to perform. But once I matured and grew in my position, then I no longer really struggle with the idea of being a black man because I'm just entering the room confident. You know,
I know that's
I
right.
feel as though that I can outperform anybody. I don't care if you're Asian, you're white. It
Go
doesn't
ahead,
matter.
black man.
You know what I mean? So I don't struggle with that idea now, but you know, in the beginning, with entrepreneur being like, you know, a new thing in the family and nobody never done it before, you struggle with these ideas. But today I don't struggle like that.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing that, because there are
No
so many
problem.
Black men who want to start businesses, but that fear right there of nobody's ever done this in our family before. Like, we've been taught to work a regular 9 to 5, and there's nothing wrong with working a regular 9 to 5. I want everybody to understand that. Let me just say this too, and then you guys can piggyback off of this for me. Entrepreneurship ain't for everybody.
No, it's not for everybody.
No, it's not.
It's not for
So
everybody.
we're not knocking anybody who has a 9 to 5, who's in corporate America. If that is your thing, we need y'all too. But this, I just want the brothers to understand, whether you come from the hood, whether you've been incarcerated, wherever you come from, it's possible for you to start a business and be an entrepreneur. And you said something very important, Maurice. Do something that you love. So the next question is, how can our communities support you guys? And I'll start with Jasmine. How can the community support you?
Anybody
else?
Kind of a tough one. I mean, because they do support us. I wouldn't touch on financially, because I feel like we are supported in that aspect. I would say when you do come in, don't give us a hard time. And that's for any Black business. Don't give Black businesses a hard time just because it's a Black business. And I see that a lot. I can be in someone else's business and see someone just, being difficult for no apparent reason. I don't know why we do that to one another, but it's a problem. I would say that's a way to support your Black business. Go in there and treat them like you would treat any other business. Don't go in there looking for. Yeah.
I love that, because listen, we are quick. If we don't get the service that we want when we go to a Black business the first time, I ain't never going back there. But we didn't got some bad service from others.
Right.
They have
at first.
Yeah, we still frequently go back. We have gotten poor service. We have gotten followed around the beauty supply store, and we still go back. So that is such a valid point. Please just treat the Black business fair.
Right.
Ahava, you jump in on that and just tell us, how can the Black community support you?
By calling in for consultations at 973-619-2855. Call in, consult. I'm doing virtuals all across the country. So like wherever you are, even if you're international, to support would be calling in to support yourself, to work on your scalp, your hair care regimen, whatever naturalistic modalities that you want to move into next. That would be calling for the consults, calling to book services, and also buying our products at the ShopRite supermarket, which is the two markets, one in Newark, the Newark ShopRite between Springfield Avenue and South Orange Avenue in Newark, New Jersey, and also the Brookdale ShopRite in Bloomfield in aisle 4. You can find at least 9 of our products there. We're going to be releasing another 6 bars of black soap, so you can support us by shopping. And then when you also make those purchases at the market, that helps me to provide mentorship to other underrepresented women of color and Black women in our community, primarily in Essex County. Some are in Union County. Some are as far as Philadelphia, actually. But when you make those purchases, you're actually also helping me to train other Black women to be in business or side businesses that will become 100% businesses. That's how you can support us.
Nasir? How can the Black community support you as a business owner and other businesses?
I can't hear you. Say that again. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. How can the Black community support you as a Black business owner and other Black business owners?
It's just, like I just said, like I keep saying, like we give quality work. Call us. We'll come out. We'll be able to, execute whatever the issue is, whatever you need done. Just consider us first. I'm not saying, like I'm going to say, I'm not saying to patronize somebody's business because they're Black, patronize somebody's business because they're Black, and give you quality business.
Right.
And take that into consideration because it is important to do that. That's how we can grow and make other business owners keep money in our community, keep it going around so that everybody can benefit from it. Right. That is the goal here. When you invest in a Black business owner and you bring your business there, that business then comes back around to you, especially if you're in business or if you're looking for a job or anything that makes jobs in your community. When you invest in that business that's in your community, that makes them be able to provide jobs for the people that are in the community. It all makes sense once it all comes together.
Yeah.
See my hand up. You know what I want to say?
I see you, Hava. Go ahead.
Can I say it? Nasir needs interns. That's also how you can support the business. Nasir needs interns. So yes. So we're asking for the support that is needed. If you are interested in any type of administrative anything to learn how to learn, if you don't, not that you want to run the business, but that you want to learn and you want to help, he needs administrative and he can tell you what other type of support he needs. I know that personally. So now the public should know. Support him. Call him if you are interested.
Look, she's absolutely right. I do need that. So reach out to me if you're interested.
Go ahead, Ahava.
Listen, that's why we're here, Ahava.
Baby.
Right.
If you are looking for an internship, please get in contact with Clean Everything LLC. If you want to learn a cleaning business, or even if you are doing an internship in a cleaning business, you're going to learn the business. You're going to learn about business. So it is a win-win. Even if you don't want to own a cleaning business, you're going to learn the ins and outs of running a business. So please get in contact with Clean Everything if you would like to be an intern. Al Maurice, what type of support can we give Black businesses in your business?
Well, just good referrals. I'm always hiring, looking for drivers. So you guys can just, send some good people my way. I promise I'm going to take good care of them. And that's the support I'm looking for.
Oh, that's excellent. Because we don't, sometimes people say Black people don't support Black people, right? And sometimes we don't. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes we don't. But if we don't know how to support each other, then we don't know what to do. And people are not thinking the way that I can support Nasir is to refer it to him. You know what I'm saying? Or starting a mentorship program or being a part of your mentorship program. If we don't know, we just don't know. If we don't know that, the people are coming into Jasmine's beauty supply store and giving them attitude and all she needs is your support to come in and smile and be nice. We just don't know. So if that supports you, when I come in there, girl, I'm coming a big smile on my face. And I want us, like Nasir said too, consider us first. And not because we're Black. Consider us first like you would consider somebody else because we give quality service. So what is your vision for your business, Al Maurice?
Well, we have a lot of different segments. We have a primarily we have a transportation business. We have a daycare. We have a tow truck inside of the business. And also we just added real estate to my business model. So we got a lot of different things going on. And so the goal is to expand that, to recruit some good people and build a strong organization.
I love it. Nasir, what is the vision for your business?
I wanted to grow, like I said, so that my kids can carry on the tradition. I just want to be able to also provide jobs for people, in our communities. And I see it. I just want it to grow as big as it can get.
Oh, that is awesome. So if you just tuned in, because we want everybody to know what they are tuning into, you are tuned into the MLK Black Business Panel. We thought that this would be really a good time to have this in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, because this is the things that he wanted us to do. He had a dream, and we're the dream. So we wanted to come on and share with you guys about entrepreneurship, the ins and outs, the pros and cons, because this is not easy. And I'm just glad that we can have people listen to us and know how to support us and know where to find us. So, Ahava, what is your vision for your business and your brand?
My vision for my business is to keep it open and keep growing so that I can fulfill my late mother's legacy for housing advocacy and helping people to have be in stabilized homes. My business operates for me to fulfill that destiny.
Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Jasmine, what's the vision for the business?
Take over the beauty supply industry. I want to be a household name. I want Dazzle Dash to be
like
Sally.
that.
That's what I want.
Like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Sally. I want, when you say I need to go buy first to be Dazzle Dash. That's what I want.
Wow. She said, listen, to take over. Don't have no small dreams.
That's right.
Over the industry.
Yeah.
Yo, I've been dreaming, thinking too small. I'm sorry. So what does legacy mean? Right. What does the word legacy mean to you guys? And I'll start with Al Maurice. What does legacy mean?
Legacy for me means, family values, principles, certain things that you live by, business ideas, of course, economical empowerment. And those things are packaged together and you're just passing it down from generation to generation. Certain things that the family line does not move away from no matter what. You're going to have different variations as it moves from generation to generation, but there'll be certain core structured principles and values and morals that the children will stick to no matter what.
Man, I love our Black brothers. The world be trying to say stuff about y'all, but listen, I love y'all and I'm just so glad. Tell me a little bit about legacy, Nasir. Come on now, come through. This is good stuff.
Legacy to me means basically just being able to have financial power. And that is what we sometimes lack. And, financial power opens the doors to a lot of things. A better quality of life, better quality of education, better quality of just your lifestyle overall.
Lifestyle, yes.
And it's something, it means being comfortable. It's something that your children, when you pass down their legacy to them, it gives them the ball to run with. So instead of having to figure out, they already have a plan. And that's what it's about. Life is about planning. So the legacy is the plan. It's the key to success. You pass it to your children and they take the ball and they go.
Listen here. I'm going to drop the mic right now because y'all are killing me right now. I'm loving this. I'm so happy to see people looking like me running businesses and being successful. So I want to go just move a little bit on now because we only have a little while left to go. So I don't want to not talk about some of the stuff that we discussed. Let's talk about your greatest moment in business, because people like to talk about, it's terrible, this is happening and that's happening. I want to know, what was your best moment in business? Let's start with you, Jasmine. What was the best moment you was like, yes? Did we lose Jasmine? Can you hear me, Jasmine? Let's go to Ahava until we get Jasmine back.
My best moment in business. Oh, this is so easy. Putting my products on the shelf myself at the ShopRite supermarket. That was the best moment. When I have to put that product on the shelf in the market and look at it and be like, oh, that's going to be mine. Not mine for me, but mine for the community. But like, this is what is supposed to happen. Best moment in business was getting into ShopRite.
Woo! I just want people to know, listen, it's possible. Black people.
Yes, it is.
Only thing stopping you is you. It's possible. Ahava is in ShopRite. Come on now, that's ShopRite. That's one of the biggest food stores in the world.
Powerful.
So we need to understand that it's possible.
That's powerful.
And what was that moment where you just was like, today was a good day?
It would have to be grand opening day. The amount of support we got, the mayor came out, there was press there.
It was
see
big.
all our friends and family. Just oh my goodness, just to see everybody there. It was just this big proud moment, not just for me, not just for my sisters, but for my parents. Oh my God, my parents were incredibly proud. People that our store is right by, it's not even a block away from where we grew up. My parents have owned a home in East Orange for almost 30 years now. So we grew up not even a block away from where we opened our store. So to have all these people that have known us since we were babies be there and in support of that, it felt so good. And I was finally able to sleep that night because I couldn't sleep leading up to the grand opening. So, so that was fun.
Girl, I'm so happy for you because I'm from East Orange. I'm an East
Orange.
I'm an Essex County East Orange girl. Yes. And I said, what was that day for you? Like, what was that day where you just was like, this is good. I'm okay. Nasir, can you hear me? Nasir?
No, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
What was that day for you? What was that good day for you in your business?
Well, good day. Well, one that stands out the most would be when I got a particular client that I didn't think that I could get at first. And after the meeting, I was a little doubtful walking away from it. And then I got that phone call. And it fed me with what I needed to keep me going. Like, yeah, I can do this.
I know that's right.
The beginning of my journey of starting off and, taking more responsibility of the company. And I didn't know at first. And then just after, after I went down and we sat and we talked, and then after the meeting, a day went by and he made the call, and that call was everything.
I love this because I just want Black people to understand that there are such good moments. It's possible to run a business as a Black person, and it's not negative, and it's not always going to be struggle. There's going to be some struggle, not always going to be struggle. Al Maurice, what was that moment for you?
I would say breaking away from the rat race. I think that was like the most powerful moment, and I was able to see like the idea manifested, and I'm actually living it. I think that was the most powerful moment, just breaking away from that full-time job and just going into doing something that I really wanted to do every day of my life. So that was the best thing for me.
Now let's really talk about a struggle, because I want people to understand that you have overcome some struggles. What was one of the hardest days for you, and how did you mentally get yourself back in the game, Nasir? Nasir, can you hear me?
No, I can't. I'm sorry. Something's wrong with my volume.
It's okay. This is technology. We doing stuff. What was one of the hardest days in your business? One of your hardest struggles, and how did you get yourself back in the game?
One of the hardest struggles, I would say would be COVID. Be honest with you, is when a lot of the customers we didn't have anymore, and a lot of everything just was shutting down. It just was. I never seen anything like that before. Everybody just didn't want to move. They didn't want to let you in. They didn't know what to do. It was when it first started. And, everything started to, things were declining. So it looked like that's where it was going to go. But, like I keep saying, that was part of the fight. I had to fight my way through it, rebuild it, and now we back.
How did you pull yourself back into the game mentally and just be like, because a lot of people right now, we're in COVID, and they need to hear this. A lot of people are giving up. How did you pull your mind mentally back in the game?
You just have to stay focused on the goal and can't let it discourage you. You know what you want, and you just have to find a way to get it. just because, you know, COVID happened, it was like, all right, when you go back to the drawing board and you figure out a way to work a way around it. How can we do this? Different ways, wearing masks, making sure you have on gloves, just different precautions, and also let your customer know and see these things, and they will be comfortable. And those are the things that we did to make sure that we gained the business back, gain people's trust, because the news and the media had you not trusting anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know what to do. This was, you know, in the beginning, nobody knew what to do. So you had to let people know as we started to get more knowledgeable, and after we started to really research this virus that we were up against, we knew the things that we had to do in order to be successful, and we did them.
I love it. So if you just tuned in again, you're tuned into MLK Black Business Panel. We are here with some incredibly talented, successful business owners, and this is brought to you by Clean Everything LLC, commercial, residential, industrial, move in and out cleaning, clean outs, bulk removal, carpet cleaning, post-construction, windows, steam cleaning, fog sanitizer, and disinfectant. And if you want to get in touch with Everything Clean LLC, you can go to Instagram at CleanNJ2020, or you can reach out to Nasir Gregory and Facebook, and he will get back to you and give you rates and the best cleaning job you've ever done. We had 2 people that have endorsed him that are on the panel, so you know it's for real. So those endorsements are everything. Do you guys need like
3 people on the panel? I'm an endorser. Am I a part of that? I'm an endorser.
I said 2. I said Dreamy and Ahava.
Oh,
we all endorse him, but you guys have used his service. Yes, you guys have used his service.
I endorse him for life. I endorse him for life.
That's what I'm talking about. Listen, we got to support each other as Black business owners. So Al Maurice, I'm going to come to you next. How do you stay focused when the bright and shiny objects come about? And what I mean by the bright and shiny objects is sometimes we look around and we see stuff like we said, the cleaning businesses right now, people starting them because it's COVID. So how do you keep focused? Because, you know, some men get to, you know, Ralph Cramden. Remember Ralph Cramden always had a crazy idea of money noodles and allergies. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you guys stay at work. Like, stop it. Yeah. How do you stay focused from the bright and shiny objects? And all of you can answer this. It's hard to stay focused when somebody's selling $1 million in cookies and you know that you could bake cookies. How do you stay focused on a daily basis?
It's just discipline, you know. If I commit to something, I'm not backing from it. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, let my commitments fall. If I'm committed to something, I'm sticking to it, do the ups and the downs, and you know, those shiny things. I mean, I know that, you know, it's just a distraction, and it slows you down from putting all of your energy on the things that you really need to focus on. So it's just a matter of just disciplining yourself and just staying in your lane. You can't occupy every single thing. You only can do things within your own, you know, competence.
Oh my goodness, I love it. But it's so many people that just get distracted. And after a certain, and we know as entrepreneurs, correct me if I'm wrong, it could get really discouraging after a certain amount of time when you haven't made that money. Mm-hmm. You had planned on them 3 other zeros, and you're still looking at, you wanted to be a millionaire, and you're not even 100,000 there right now. So you're thinking, okay, how do you stick to the plan, Jasmine? I mean, because sometimes you just be like, listen, the business is slow. I'm sick of this. I'm going to get a job.
Because I know what my end goal is. And that's what I'm focused on. Sometimes you got to have that tunnel vision. Yeah, you could probably go do that. I could sell cookies. Sally's don't sell no doggone cookies, though. And I'm a great That's not what I have in mind, though. That's not a part of my plan. You got to stick to your plan. That's not what I want to be remembered for. That's not a part of my legacy. Oh, I said I wanted to be Black Sally's.
I know that's Black Sally.
Nice.
So listen here, girl. That's a dream right there, and I believe in it. Ahava, how do you stay focused when the products are not necessarily flying off the shelves?
Well, my business wasn't built on products, and I've already been shown that I have a certain age that I'm going to hit where the success is going to be where it should be. And that age is we still got 13 years to go on that. So that's how I stay focused, because I've already been shown. So some things you're shown and given, and then I have to look at everything on my journey as I'm learning. I'm still learning and growing, and that I have a responsibility to other people, that I'm not here just for me and like what I want. It's like I've been given a job to do. I've been given responsibilities. I've been given these gifts. I have to do what I have to do. I have to share and help other people on the way. And we still got 13, 14 years to go before we're hitting that mark for me. So that's what I see. I've already been shown the age 60.
Wow. See, I love this, because some people, I'm saying this because you have to understand that entrepreneurship is a journey. And granted, you might see people and you might think they happened overnight, but you don't know the struggle of getting a shop right. You don't know the struggle of opening up a beauty supply store and finally cutting that red ribbon. You didn't see that back end of clean everything when the customers wasn't rolling in, or when Al Maurice wasn't getting the contracts that he didn't want. So you have to really be focused if you are going to be an entrepreneur, because if not, if the bright and shiny objects distract you, if you got 55 million things going on at one time, you are not going to be successful at that one thing that is going to leave your legacy for your children. So I want everybody to tell everybody where they can find you. And again, this is brought to you by Clean Everything LLC. They do commercial, residential, industrial. They do move in and out cleaning, clean outs, bulk removal, carpet cleaning, post-construction, window, steam cleaning, fog sanitizer, disinfectant. And they have been in business for 40 years. You can find them at Clean NJ 2020 on Instagram, and you can find Nasir Gregory on Facebook. So tell us where we can find you, Al Maurice.
You can find me on Bon Voyage King _18 on Instagram, and Al Maurice Russ on Facebook.
Jasmine.
You can find us at Dazzle Dash Beauty. That's at 400 Central Avenue in East Orange, New Jersey, or on Instagram at shop.dazzledash, on TikTok at shop.dazzledash, at Facebook at Dazzle Dash, or you can email us, info@shopdazzledash.com, or call the store, 973-419-0562. I feel like there's 50 million ways to get in touch with us now. All this dog on social media.
But we need it though, because you're about to take over the industry. You're gonna be the girl, so we need all of that.
Yes,
Ahava, where can we find you?
So you can find us at 4 Midland Avenue in Montclair. We're by reservation hair care practice, hair care training certifications for stylists. There are 2 numbers, 973-619-2855. And there's 201-921-9894. We have several Instagrams. Those are created mostly for internships, training, and to show the multifacetedness of Ahava Felicidad Hair and Body. So we have Ahava Felicidad Hair and Body NJ. We have a Felicidad Hair Sugar Instagram, and an Eclectic Extensions AFHB. One leads to the other, so you don't have to memorize any of it. You can also find us on Google Places. We load videos, offers, and content on there. Of course, we have a Facebook page. It was one of the first social media created, and that's Ahava Felicidad Hair and Body NJ. Lastly, you can find us on the shelves at the ShopRite in Bloomfield, New Jersey, known as the Brookdale ShopRite in aisle 4. You can also find us in aisle 4 at the ShopRite of Newark, and we're at Texture Beauty Essentials in Maplewood, New Jersey. That's the first store to open their doors to us. I'm in all support of Dreamy and
Jasmine.
Because I saw Dreamy first. I'm like, it's right here. Of Dreamy and Jasmine, I will be getting to your store as soon as I can, so I can come in and smiling and talk to you about business as well.
I'm so upset I didn't know about you yesterday.
Yeah, so this is just still new for us. But yeah, those are some of the places that you can find us. And we just started listing products fully activated on Amazon. That has been very tremendous. We are also selling on Amazon under Felicidad Hair.
Nice. Congratulations. Oh my goodness. Like, y'all are dope. Listen, Nasir, where can everybody find you?
Yes, you can find me either on Instagram at CleanNJ2020 or Facebook, Nasir Gregory, or you can give us a call at 862-520-3010.
One more time for the number.
862-520-3010.
Thank you so much. So we're going to do some final words. And I just want to hear because we have 6 minutes left. So what would you like everybody who's watching to know about your business or about entrepreneurship, whatever you want your final word to be? And we will start with the lady. So let's start with Jasmine.
I'd like people to know that I genuinely enjoy being in the hair business, like genuinely. So when you come in, you're going to get great service because I love talking about hair all darn day long. I love talking about makeup all day long. This is what I like to do. So it's something that I actually have a passion for and not something I just jumped into. So you're going to get a different type of service from me than what you get from everyone else on Central Avenue because it's about 6 beauty supply stores. So you're getting something different when you walk into Dazzle Dash's doors.
Different experience.
It's like visiting your sisters.
Right. And you know what? And that's exactly what it's like. Because we get women that coming in like, girl, let me tell you. And I don't know half of these women from a can of paint. And we will kiki all night. It's so funny.
I love it because the sisters, listen.
Right.
You are me and I am you.
Right.
So I'm coming to you, sister, and I'm coming to support you. And I'm going to send all my people who I know in Essex County that are close to you to come in and support. Ahava, give us some. Yeah, I'll be there, girl. Give us some final words, Ahava.
Final words on the business or to entrepreneurs?
Whatever. It could be a motivational word, whatever you want to say, your final words to be.
My final words are grow hair, grow, clear skin, clear, and shop with Ahava Fleece Dye Hair and Body.
I love it. And be healthy from the inside out because that's what I'm about to do. I need that body, that butter for my lips. So I'm
honey butter, lip butter.
But honey butter, that's what I need.
Honey butter, lip butter.
Yes, I love that. That's a whole commercial.
Fleece Dye Hair Sugar. When you see the sugar scrub, this is the original container. The very first scrub that everybody asked for scalp care and hair care.
I love it. Listen, black people, we doing it on MLK in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. He had a dream, and my people right here are living the dream. We can do anything that we put our minds to. Absolutely. So Al-Marie, give us some final words because you have motivated and inspired me. Because first, check it out. Let me just tell the people who are watching, Al-Marie's been working. On the panel, if y'all didn't know, because that's what entrepreneurship is. Sometimes you got to be at the job like, listen, I thought I was going to be in front of my computer, but I'm going to see y'all on the phone in like a few minutes because I got to do this. So give us some final words, Al-Maurice.
Okay. So, check it out, man. I initially was a little nervous because I wasn't going to be able to make the panel. I had called Nasir. I'm like, man, I ran into a little jam with the operation. I'm going to be out in the field. I'm not going to be able to make it. But because I committed to be here, it didn't sit well. So I said, listen, man, if you're okay with me moving around a little bit and working while I'm on the panel with you, man, because I committed to, making sure that I be here. He like, man, we're going to work through it. We're going to get this done. So I would say, man, no matter what obstacles you guys may be facing, an entrepreneur in business, just stay focused. Sometimes you got to readjust, change things around, but stay committed and you're going to get it done.
I love that. Come on, Nasir, take us home.
Yeah, and like he said, he made it through it, and you missed all that. We didn't even see none of that, right?
Right.
we didn't even see it. That's what it's about, and it's about supporting one another in business, and that's the message that we're getting across here today. And it's about financial power. I want that to stand out in everybody's minds. Financial power, and that's what we need. So, in order to do that, we have to keep the cycle going, and the money should go from one hand to the other, and that's what we have to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Nasir.
Thank you,
Jasmine. Thank you, Ahava. Thank you, Al-Maurice. Thank you to Clean Everything Else LC who sponsored this. who do commercial, residential, industrial, move in and out cleaning, clean out, bulk removal, carpet cleaning, post-construction, window steam cleaning, fog sanitizer, disinfectant, and the most important thing, they have 40 years of experience. You can find them on Instagram at CleanNJ2020, and you can also find them on Nasia Gregory's Facebook page, and they will get back to you as soon as you reach out to them. And again, thank you guys for tuning into the MLK Black Business Panel. If you missed it, you can watch the replay. It will be broadcasted on YouTube, on my podcast. And if you have any questions for any of them, please go to their Instagram. Please follow, friend, and like. We ask for your support. They said, the people ask, how can we support them? The way that you can support them is as simple as pressing the like button and sharing it with somebody. That's free. You don't even have to purchase anything. You can press the like button, you can press the share button, and that will help these Black businesses out. And again, like Nasia said, all we need to do in order to win is to support each other. Divided we fall, together we stand. Okay, so we can do exactly what the other people's communities is doing if we just stick together. So we love you guys, and we thank you again for tuning into the MLK Black Business Panel, and we will see you at the top. Peace and blessings.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.